Good morning to one and all. In the today's class, I am going to discuss about the rotating magnetic field. Okay. So as you all know that your stator of the three-phase induction motor carries either a star connected winding or delta connected winding, to which you are going to apply a three-phase power supply. Right. So if you apply three-phase power supply, what will happen? Three-phase currents will be flow simultaneously through the windings, and each winding are displaced with an angle of 120 degree from each other. The three sequence what will generate, that one I called as RYB. The flux produces which are displaced 120 degree apart called as pi R, pi Y and pi B. Okay. So you might may observe here in the diagram RYB is in sequence, all three are 120 degree apart. Okay. So if you consider this diagram, this is the phase R, phase Y, phase B. Phase R starts from 0, phase Y, okay, little bit lag, and phase B lag. Okay. So at theta is equal to 0 degree, what will happen? This corresponds to at 0.0. Okay. When 0.0, what will happen? Pi r is 0, pi y and pi b are, pi b is positive root 3 by 2, pi y is minus 3 by 2. Why is it so? Because pi b will get like this, pi y is in positive direction, so minus pi is in negative direction. The resultant of these two vector is pi t. Okay. So resultant vector pi t is equal to 2 times of that value. If you simplify it, the resultant value will get 1.5 times of the maximum value of the flux. At theta is equal to 60 degree, the second case at this point, okay, the theta is equal to 60 degree now. So theta is equal to 60 degree, what will happen? So this one will get pi y and this is pi r, right? Pi b is 0 in this case. The resultant of these two vector is pi t 1.5 pi m. So pi t is equal to 2 times of this value. If you simplify it, you will get the resultant flux as 3 by 2 pi m. Okay. So next, in the third case, you have to consider theta is equal to 120 degree. 120 degree means at this point. Okay. So theta is equal to 120 degree. If you do it, pi r, here you will get plus pi b in the positive direction, minus pi b negative direction to take. Sum of these two, here in this case pi y is 0. Okay, r and b are to consider. So you will get resultant vector as, resultant flux as 3 by 2 pi m. If you come to the third case, at theta is equal to 180 degree, pi r is 0. The phase of the flux r is 0. Y and b are root 3 by 2 minus 3 by 2. If you simplify it, the resultant vector 1.5 pi m. Okay. So principle of operation. So this expression, you know, the synchronous speed of the rotor is given by ns is equal to 120 f by p, where f is the frequency and p is the number of poles. Principle of operation in the sense, when the three-phase power supply is given to three-phase stator winding, what will happen? A magnetic constant will be produced of 1.5 pi m and rotating synchronous speed is ns, right? But what will happen, this rotating speed of the rotor doesn't match with the rotating magnetic field. There's a slight difference between the ns and n, so that one you have to consider here. So that difference is ns minus n, the difference between the synchronous speed of the magnetic field and the actual speed of the rotor n. That difference is called slip speed. That one you have to take into account. So total slip speed is equal to ns minus n divided by ns. Okay. If you want to consider this one in percentage, means you have to take multiply by 100. Then you will get the slip of an induction motor in percentage. This formula is very important to solve the problems. If you come to frequency of the rotor current, the same expression what we derived in the previous case, ns is equal to 120 f by p. The relative slip speed you have to consider ns minus sp. Ns, That is ns is the synchronous speed of the rotor and n is the rotation of the magnetic field. So for the first expression, ns minus n divided by 120 f or relative speed, okay, divided by ns or 120 f by p. So after simplification you will get fr is equal to s into f. That is nothing but the frequency of the rotor is running on the condition is slip times the supply frequency. Fr is equal to sf. So you have to practice this derivation. Okay, normally this frequency of the motor they will ask in the examination. Okay, and then these are the problems normally they will ask. Be prepared. Okay, thank you.